Alright, so just want to take a look at Bitcoin and make a quick update here. The FOMC volatility seems to be over. We didn't get too much from it. We got some wild candles on the lower time frames, but ultimately we just continued ranging here. And nothing surprising with the announcement. It was as expected. They raised it, a quarter of a percent, whatever that means. So yeah, nothing really crazy happened with the FOMC, but since my video I made yesterday, we have gotten a little move down here. We started somewhat of a local downtrend here after we broke structure here. We started kind of an uptrend, got that higher low, higher high, and then we began a downtrend here, which this morning we broke by breaking this last lower high. And yeah, during FOMC, we did get a pretty decent pump to the upside. I did actually long this low down here, so that ended up being a pretty nice trade. And right now, we may be looking to put in a higher low and then maybe a higher high. This is just internal structure, and we are ultimately ranging, so structure doesn't actually matter that much. But what I'm mainly concerned with right now is the fact that we are holding support on top of this high volume area that I was looking at. Seems like it's kind of adjusting now. I remember when I looked at it last time, it was kind of like low volume and then like a big spike in volume right around here. Now it looks like we're kind of building up some volume in this area, but ultimately we got back above the point of control, and now are potentially looking to hold support on top of this high volume area. And I think that is very key, because if we start to lose the point of control, I think it's very likely that we will see a move to the lows of the range. And if we start to lose these lows, specifically even these lows down here, like if we really start to drop down out of here, we could start a much larger retracement here, possibly even bringing us lower than 25K. Like I said, on the weekly time frame, in terms of this local uptrend that we're in, we could come all the way down to these lows, down at like 19,500, and still continue an uptrend here. So a large retracement is possible. As long as we are holding support above this area, I think it is likely that at some point we could get a move up to this value area high. And like I said, that's really the next place I am interested in terms of this larger range. Market Cipher looks a little indecisive. The daily time frame is kind of pinching here. Momentum is coming up and down at the same time, so not really getting a lot there. And right now, money flow is just kind of in general pretty weak. It's not going really deep in the red or really deep in the green. It's pretty shallow, if you want to call it that right now. Same thing on the 12-hour, but we do kind of see that money flow turning to the downside more so than we see it turning to the upside. So yeah, and momentum kind of turning to the downside here too. Honestly, this 12-hour doesn't look super good. We're looking to print a trigger wave here, but this VWAP kind of flopped over a little bit. The momentum wave is flopping over as well, so potentially that wants to keep turning to the downside. But this 4-hour doesn't look too bad in my opinion. The money flow is not looking horrible, considering we did kind of get a divergence with the money flow here as price came down to put in a lower low. The money flow came up to put in a higher low. It crossed into the green and kind of just started inching its way up. Not very strong. The money flow isn't looking very strong right now, but it's not looking horrible. And we just got this green dot, potentially a little trigger wave to this anchor wave. Doesn't look like the strongest green dot. Usually when you see these very small ones, you'd like to see it after a big wave to the upside and print a little momentum wave like that. That's usually when those end up being the strongest. But I don't think this 4-hour is looking horrible right now. And we can look at the 2-hour and the 1-hour to kind of judge that in a little bit more detail. 2-hour money flow is increasing a little bit. Same on the 1-hour, increasing a little bit. Not looking super strong though, I have to say. You could say overall the money flow and momentum is increasing here. It's not diverging from price action, I don't think. No, because we're making higher lows as well. But, it's definitely a little uncertain, I would say. But I do think as long as we hold on top of the point of control, which is right around 28K, I think we have a much better likelihood of making a move for that value area high. Yeah, this is still, the area I'm probably most interested in. More locally, I have some ideas I was looking at. Number one would be an SFP of this low that we put in before that pump. And we do have an untapped daily and an NDPOC right below it. We already got a move into this golden pocket, but it is still in between the golden pocket and 786 of this fib. So that very locally is a potential idea. This is also right around where the point of control is. I think the point of control is like right about there. And it's also outside the value area low of this local range that we were trading. Yeah, I had that adjusted over, but I want to go over my long trade in a minute, so I'll leave it there. And to the upside, I am watching these highs. I think there's probably lots of shorts up here. We can actually go to Coinalyze and see how many shorts opened up around those highs. And we definitely had some. You can see right here, CVD ultimately putting in lower lows as the open interest was overall increasing. It's harder to tell on Coinalyze because, you can't see net shorts and net longs opening. You kind of have to extrapolate. I think I'm using that word correctly. I'm just going to go with it. You got to extrapolate from the data that you have, the CVD and open interest. So since it's making lower lows and, you can kind of see right here with this increase of open interest, CVD got to move down, so that definitely was shorts. Overall, seems like there were shorts that opened up in this area, so, stop losses will probably be up above there, maybe above this high if we didn't take that out yet. Looks like we did though, so we already grabbed those stop losses. So maybe stops above this high and this high now. So yeah, pretty much just looking for a liquidity grab of the highs. I feel like there's a lot of people waiting for this value area high up here, so maybe the next time we get a move up, it's just a liquidity grab, and we kind of front run that level. Maybe we end up going up there later. But yeah, I'm watching these highs, and I would watch this low that we put in down here. It is below the point of control, so I would definitely be less interested in longing this, but we do have an untapped weekly down here. I just think that if we fall back down below the point of control, the likelihood of us getting a move lower increases. I think we'll probably get a move down to the value area low. Even if we get, some kind of bounce here, maybe we then find resistance on the point of control. So, I would watch this if we see really bullish signs here, like high time frame divergences with momentum and money flow, then maybe I'd be more interested. So it is a level I have marked out, and I got alerts down there. And of course, I would also be watching these lows that we got down below the value area low. And yeah, I think that's, pretty much it for local trade ideas. We could be forming some kind of a local uptrend here if we put in a higher high. I was going to look for a long trade here, but I kind of missed that one. And that is a little unfortunate because this long trade did just get stopped out at entry with that wick. So, that sucks a little bit. I did take out most of the position up around here, though. So, that was a good trade anyway, and I do want to go over that. So I longed right here because of the SFP that we got of this low. Price was dumping down towards the value area low of the range. This was a level I was watching this morning, but I didn't see anything that gave me confidence in longing this low. We didn't see any divergences. I don't think on any time frames. Well, on the 2-minute we did, but money flow was getting lower, so not the best signs there. And yeah, basically we started getting a little pump up here, And from here, I basically made the same plan that I made right here, which was I was looking for us to take out that first low, take out the people that longed aggressively, and we front ran the value area low. So I was looking for us to get a move just a little bit lower down into that value area low. And if you watched my video yesterday, that's pretty much exactly how I took this long as well. So I was trading this range here, I believe. And here, let me move it back. I think I had it back a little bit more. And yeah, pretty much same deal. Price got a dump down towards the value area low. We front ran it a little bit. We got to move up, put in a lower high, and then a lower low. And that lower low SFP'd this low. You know, we got a quick move back above it, only leaving a wick below it. And we saw, if I go to a different time frame, I believe we saw divergences there. So yeah, we did have divergences on a low time frame. Money flow, not exactly. You know, you could say we did get a div from back here because we did put in a lower low and money flow put in a higher low. But yeah, ultimately it was the same strategy I used. I was just looking at the value area low. Since we front ran it a little bit, I was looking for us to basically come down one more time and SFP it. And if we go back to this trade, we saw divergences here as well. This one was a bit more obvious. And again, on this one, money flow wasn't really agreeing. So, you know, it wasn't perfect, I would say. We didn't get all the confirmations, but since it was at the value area low and we were seeing those, you know, pretty clear divergences with momentum on the 12-minute too. So this is a, you know, much better time frame to look for divs on, in my opinion. And yeah, we got to move right into that value area low. Got a good reaction off it. And yeah, you know, it's funny how that kind of worked out 2 days in a row for me. And both of those ended up being really great trades. You know, just looking for a confirmation, any kind of confirmation at the value area low of a range. And, you know, in both these cases, it just happened to be a local SFP. All right, well, I think that is about it for this video. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. Really appreciate the support, and I will see you all in the next video.